Laura McPherson came in as our scenic designer for the show. I really love her artistic style. I knew that she was going to bring this story to life. So the set for A Sick Day for Amos McGee is really pulled directly from the book. Their colors, their textures, everything was that soft, warm, welcoming world that this story is. We had several different animals come to life in this story through puppets. The first one that we really see is Mouse. Mouse is like Amos's little buddy. And so for Mouse, what we needed was a very small mouse that could still be seen from the stage. Mouse actually is a stuffed animal that we put in some special little secret magnets so that Mouse could drive around in his little car, so he could ride on Amos's shoulder, and just really be a key part of the story. So Elephant is a beautiful character and was probably one of the most challenging ones for us to bring to life because elephants are so large, and we wanted to create something that could be manipulated by the actors, which means it couldn't be too terribly large, but still needed to feel in scale of an elephant. We did some really cool stuff with the trunk. We used the same gauzy fabric from the ears, and then inside are several round circles, and we sewed them in strategic places so that we could attach a little hook onto the end of the trunk and move it around, and it would actually move and flow like an elephant's trunk. The movement that we gave Rhino was very subtle, but it was with his eyes. So our actors had a little pull cord that would make his eyelids move down every time he sneezed. For his coloring in the book, he's a yellow, shades of yellow. So we really leaned into that texture again, like we did with Elephant. We wanted him to appear to have more rough skin. We did kind of a patchwork of yellow fabrics, but he's a little less fuzzy than everybody else because a rhino is just a little rougher. Owl was actually probably my favorite puppet to make. We used all foam to build his body. Really did want him to feel very soft, but we also wanted to get the feather texture. So Owl's movement is with his head. He can move it almost completely around. But he has a very, very soft belly, a very soft face, and then we found this beautiful fabric that had kind of a feather pattern on it that we used as a base and then laid actual feathers over the top of him to give him that feather-like appearance while also appearing very soft and cuddly. Penguin was our very first puppet that we made, so we were all experimenting together with Penguin. We used actually a base from a puppet that we had made for our production of Little Loxie. It had originally been a duck, and it moved like one of those old push toys where the feet would flap. And we felt like that really was a beautiful little movement that Penguin needed. We didn't give him feathers like you would expect on a bird, but we just wanted him to be really soft. And penguins, when they get out of the water, the kind of, especially the black or the gray on them, will appear shiny and different textures and different colors. So we found a blue fabric that really mimicked that. And we were thrilled when we found that. We spent a lot of time, and it took several tries to get Tortoise to his final end product. But for Tortoise, a big part of the story is this race that he has every day with Amos. And so we felt like his movement needed to come from a few different places. We really liked his head to have some movement. We also felt it was really important that his legs moved. So we had to create a whole system where we had these swinging legs that were attached to the puppet but could move on their own. We really looked at patterns that tortoises have naturally in their shells, and so we were able to pick about 4 different types of fabric that were all in the green family that would give us that different texture and bring a shell to life. The process of bringing these puppets to life was exciting and challenging and time-consuming and wonderful. We all learned so much working together. Lauren was absolutely incredible to work with. Her designs were beautiful, and it was kind of an adventure that we were both learning how to build these puppets together, but we definitely could not have done it without the help of the full OCT staff, especially Katie and Madison, and our work study Caitlin, who jumped in and really helped build these animals to life.